right, so what's going on?
Okay, so I'm still having problems with the personal statement. I originally started writing about like my extracurricular. I was a treasurer of a club for undocumented students. But then, you hear information from everywhere and it's kind of like, and I even hear at the workshops with you, like, don't describe your resume all over again, right? So I tried to do a more like an experience, like a random experience. And so I wrote about the mountain climbing.
Right.
But then now I don't know what to write about exactly. Like, should I just go very informal, meaning like just a personal experience of like nothing relating to school or law school, college, or should I connect it, relate it to something that has to do with school?
It's a good question. So more important than the topic is really how personal you get. Obviously, this is not a Dear Diary. It's not a confessional. It should communicate in some way, either directly or indirectly, that you've chosen law school for a reason and that you're ready to take on that challenge. And that could be related to personal growth, or it could be related to exactly what you've done in one particular area. So it shouldn't be a laundry list of your resume, but you can talk about something from your resume in depth. So if it's being the treasurer of this organization for undocumented students, that's a perfectly fine topic. The mountain climbing could also be a perfectly fine topic. The question is how you go about it and how unique is what you're getting out of it. So a story that only you could tell.
So basically, I guess my question is more, okay, so if I do stick with the mountain climbing story, it has to relate to somewhat, somewhere, somehow, how that experience did help me, is going to help me, will help me with academia, with law school.
It doesn't have to say this is why law school, but if you write it in a compelling enough way and you show personal struggle, personal transformation through that experience, then it could serve its purpose as a good personal statement.
Okay. Am I able to submit another draft? Because I think I'm just going to change the topic.
Absolutely. You definitely can.
Yeah. I think I'm going to do that. I'll go with my OG draft and then just, polish it and stick to that. And then, I'll go with your opinion. And yeah. So now the addendum, I decided to do it for a low GPA. Now, I don't know how much information I could add because, it's no one's fault but mine. But at my school, that one class was never, ever given again. So I was left with the grade. Should I add that or no?
I would mention that you would have wanted to retake it, but weren't able to. That is an important detail to include.
Okay, so that's okay?
Sure.
Okay. And how long should it be? Like no more than a page?
Even less, like really just a couple hundred words, straight, matter of fact, to the point, no sugarcoating, no broad introductory sentences or closing sentences, just get to the meat of it and be as concise as possible. And that is also something that we can workshop in the next month or two. I'll be running workshops on a variety of topics. As you've seen, we've done a handful of personal statement workshops. Tonight, we're doing a diversity statement workshop. We will also cover optional essays and addenda. We'll also cover character and fitness. So every aspect of the application we'll cover at some point. So all of this can be addressed and you can resubmit statements as well. I want to make sure we get to everybody, but we will have room to even do redos as well.
Okay. So even the addenda, I could send it to you?
Sure.
Okay. Now back to the personal statement. I feel like that's the most, important, trying to find your voice, trying to communicate, make that paper and those words as human as possible. I do want to focus on the moment where I gave my speech. that got me elected to the club. And I wanted to speak about one experience, but you see, because it has to do with undocumented people, I don't know, again, how sensitive, how much in depth should I speak about that factor?
Well, let me ask you this. Would you want to go to a law school where that was a problem?
No, of course not.
Then you have your answer.
Okay. So I guess if it is a problem for them, it's not the right school.
Correct. Correct.
Got it. Yeah.
And also know that most law schools, academia in general, at least on the legal side of things, they want to help undocumented students. They tend to be more liberal and understanding in nature. And so I wouldn't expect that'll be a problem for the majority of them.
Okay, that's great. Yeah.
So, and are you, I know that you're in New York. Are you looking to stay in the New York area?
Yeah, but I'm also open to go away. But preferably, obviously, for economical reasons, to save a ton of money, preferably to stay in New York.
Sure. Well, I'd imagine that a lot of the New York schools are going to be fine with it. And if not, you could always ask. You could get indications from the way they talk about it in the admissions office, how they feel about it. But I imagine that most of the schools you'll apply to will be understanding about it and they won't see it as a problem.
Awesome. Now, in terms of length, sometimes, I mean, writing a page and a half, would that be a problem?
For personal statement?
Right. Or should it be exactly two? Because, I mean, I don't know if they think that the person is just being lazy and not like really taking advantage of the space of the 2 pages.
Remind me and just share for a moment, how long was your draft on the mountain climbing?
It was a page and a half, a little bit over maybe.
And how was the spacing on that? Was single spaced or double?
Oh, that was doubled.
Okay. Well, I'll share this in general, which is that when you do it right, you'll have no trouble filling up the page. I want you to err on the side of going longer, and then we'll help you cut it down. That's what the workshops are for. But you will fill all the space given when you submit.
Got it. And I'm sorry, I'm just jumping back and forth.
That's fine.
The addenda, it should be double space or single?
Generally, everything double.
Okay.
And the applications will give you space constraints.
Okay, so that means it's very short.
It is very short, yeah. If our general benchmark for personal statements is 2 pages double spaced, you will fill that. That's not a lot of words.
Yeah.
And believe me, I've been getting drafts from people in the course where they're giving me like 2 to 3 pages single spaced, which is far too much. And it's a lot of hard work to cut it down, but it's important.
Right. Well, that's the thing. I try to stay within the rules, and then maybe I should have said more, and then I could cut it down, you know? So maybe I should just let it go.
Yeah, for a rough draft, I want you to give me more so that we have more to work with.
Okay, sounds good.
Awesome,
yeah, so I think I'm just gonna stick to that. The rock climbing was more of like trying something new, but I originally had written about the club.
Cool. Let's see what that looks like. I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, I'm excited. I really do want to get this done. I mean, I know that everyone goes at their own pace, but I just want to like have that on the side and then just continue and stick to studying with work and with the weather and everything.
Yeah. Well, you've got plenty of time. It's just the end of July right now. Applications don't even open for another month plus. So it's good that you're thinking about it now, because that gives us time to go through multiple revisions of everything, and we'll make it all as polished as possible by the end.
But do you really think it's early? I mean, I want to take the LSAT in October to possibly apply by November. So like that's 2 months and a week, maybe. I should have that ready, no?
Work on it on the side as a break from your LSAT prep. You've got 2 months, which means you can write a draft, put it away for a week, come back, look at it again, submit it for review within the course workshops, and go back and revise and continue. It's enough time to get it all done.
Really? To me, I mean, I guess because I'm the one taking it now, so it's like, oh my God, so much. I want to get everything like, done and just focus on the LSAT, thinking that, that's probably giving it my all to it. It would just help me focus more and learn more, prep me more.
But you've also got to take breaks too. You can't study for the LSAT 10 hours a day. And you may want to take days off from the LSAT too. It's okay. I build in off days to my schedules for a reason. It's a grueling task to prep for this.
Honestly, and I'll be honest with you, during the quarantine, I studied every day. And so when I received your schedule and I saw take a day off, I was like, wait, what? We could do that? So now I do take, a day off or half a day off. And I appreciate that. And I think it has helped me.
Good. I'm glad to hear it. It's important.
I didn't know that until I received your schedule, honestly. Because I thought, the more you put into studying, the more you get. But also, mental health is important, as well as, regain the energy.
Yeah. Well, think about it this way. There's the idea of diminishing marginal returns. Then there's the idea where it actually becomes a negative. Like, 1 scoop of ice cream is delicious. 2 is pretty nice also. 3 is did you really need that third one? Then 4 is I think I'm feeling a little bit too full. Then 5 is uh-oh. So that's right. The idea with studying too. There's enough, there's the ideal, and then there's going beyond the ideal where it actually becomes counterproductive. And that's what you want to stay away from.
No, you're so right. I wish I knew this. I wish I discovered your courses beforehand, but we're here now. So
we're here now. Well, I'm glad to have you in the course. You've been a great member of the group, and I'm looking forward to reviewing all your different application essays and having you in class as well.
Definitely. So I did receive an email about staying motivated. Do you have any tips on days that, we may wake up super lazy and not in a great mood, I would say?
Well, it depends. So let's say that you've been studying a lot that week already. Waking up that way might feel like, you know what, maybe that's the off day, and that's fine. Alternatively, if you haven't studied the past 3 days, you might just need to suck it up and hit the books. So it all depends on the context. I've got a motivation playlist I'll send to you, and that it contains advice from me as well as some general inspiring motivational videos from others. So watch one of those whenever you're feeling a little bit down about it and decide if this is a day to power up, or it's a day where you really need that rest and relaxation. I've got a playlist about meditation and reducing test anxiety that might serve you there too. So it's all about what you need.
Yeah, I haven't tried meditation, but maybe I should start.
Yeah, it's never too late to start or too early to start. And even just a couple minutes a day could have a massive impact. And if you've got 2+ months to study as you're going for October right now, that could really yield enormous benefits over that amount of time. So I'd recommend trying it even just a couple minutes, focusing on your breath. It's hard at first, it gets easier with time. Still always hard, but the moment where you notice that your mind has wandered and you bring it back, that's the moment of growth right there. And that's like building a muscle that you can also apply during the exam too, if you notice yourself spiraling.
Wow, look at that. I guess it's just I'm not used to that because, New York City is always so quick. And I'm like, let's go. Let's get on the train. Let's go.
I'm the same way. I'm also a New Yorker. So it's in my entire being. I speak fast. I think fast. I walk fast. I talk fast. But there's the power and value in experiencing the opposite for a little bit too.
Yeah, I would. Yeah, I should try that. And some of your other students have shared links. So I should definitely try it.
There's a lot of great stuff out there. Even if you just search guided meditations, you'll find a ton.
Yeah, I believe you. I just have to just say, yes, let's do it.
Awesome, Winnie. Awesome. Well, I'm glad we connected today. Before we sign off, what would you say is the biggest insight you got from our call today?
Well, you definitely told me that I should take a day off, that it's okay to relax, to recharge. And also that it's okay to just write over and over again for this personal statement. So I'm kind of like a perfectionist, so I do want things done a bit faster than usual, and I want them to be it. So I should embrace change and patience.
Fantastic. There you have it. So keep at it when you keep working on those statements, and I'll see you in class soon.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
My pleasure. Have a good one.
Have a good one. Bye.
Bye. Thanks for tuning into the show. Please subscribe if you haven't done so already to be notified of new episodes as I release them. And feel free to reach out if you need anything at all as you move forward with your prep. I'm happy to help however I can. In the meantime, I'll wish you all the best and take care.